morning everybody, and welcome to the channel again. Today the wee adventure is back out on Loch Lomond again. We're going to have a wee try down the Endrick bank today. I always fancied this area where the drop off is. What you have is about 5 feet coming out right from the mouth of the Endrick river, and it suddenly drops down to about 20 feet. So right along this sort of edge, if you like, this drop off, the pike seem to lie down in this area, and it's a good sort of hunting spot for them because they seem to ambush fish at this particular area. So we'll give it a wee try and we'll see what happens. Absolutely flat calm on the loch today. You could not get any better. There's just a very slight ripple on the water and it looks stunning, absolutely stunning. I have the place all to myself as well, which is quite rare, but we'll see how we get on. We're fishing up here just now, and this is close to a wee island. It's called Aber Isle, and this is just down from the Endrick bank. We're on about maybe 34 feet of water at the moment, so we'll move closer in and see what we can pick up, maybe around the island or probably towards the Endrick bank itself. Where we are at the moment, folks, is right on this button here, this wee red dot, and you see all the red patches on there. That's all the shallow water, all the dots, all the markers that are on the screen all the way up. That's where all the edge of the drop off is. Now this area here I can't really go into because it's too shallow. You would end up just putting the engine down into the dirt. So that's never been mapped out. All I still have to do is map all this area here. But you can see where the edge just comes up here, just onto this part here, and that's the edge of the drop off on the Endrick bank. You can see the drop off coming up now, right now. We're just right over the top of it. A couple of feet back we're in 6 feet of water, now we're in 16 feet. And you can see it on the graph itself. Now we're down to 20 feet. So if I stop it there and spot lock it, now the GPS will keep me in position. Try one of these Western swim baits. These have been actually really good. Great action in them, in the tail, and they certainly look the part. We'll see if they work or not. Just where I'm fishing just now, if you have a wee look at the screen, if you can see it, it's 26 feet. But just to the left hand side of me, you only have to go about maybe 5 or 6 feet and you're back into 6 feet of water. It's just like a big drop off, just a ledge or a cliff, if you like, and right along this edge I think this is where the fish lie, or I hope so anyway. We'll just let it sink down, see if we can pick up anything. Looking back up the loch here, you can see Balmaha in the distance. This is mid-October now, and the weather has been surprisingly good. I won't complain about that. The water in the loch today is maybe a couple of feet up. When we went down to lunch this morning, usually we can tie up to these big concrete blocks, and they were almost underwater, and usually you never see it that high. I have seen it a wee bit higher, but it's unusual. These big western swim baits, you get some incredible movement on the tails, and you feel it in the water with the vibration, which is quite a good attractant for the pike. And hopefully one of them feels like a wee bite today. You can see it moving through the water there. These particular lures are ones from Peter Temple. They're amongst my favourite lures. They just glide perfectly in the water, and they're really nice for shallow stuff. So if we cast back to the bank and just come back over the drop off maybe we can pick up something on that side. Okay, so we've moved further up the loch now. Now this area that I'm fishing has like an underwater tabletop, if you like. It's a big rocky outcrop. Obviously you can't see it with it being underwater, but when you see it on the finders, you've got this big flat bottom, and then you've got this stretch of rocks. It just comes up off the water, comes up to about 13 feet and goes back down to about 30 feet again. And it's a great holding spot for perch, obviously pike. They just hang about here. You have huge shoals of perch round about this area. You also have roach, which are big attractants for the pike. So hopefully we can pick up something here. When you see on the screen there, you can see on the right hand side, that's like a shoal of fish round about the structure, round about the 14-foot mark. So hopefully there's a pike or two hanging around about there. There we go, just a wee one I think. You see in the water there? The wee jack pike. Looks like it's foul hooked as well. It looks like the lure has caught him just in his back. I'll try and get him released. There we go. And he's away.